Welcome to another tips and tricks. And before I get started, I just want to ask you to like and subscribe if you learn anything at any point. Let's start from the top. This is where it's simple. I have a breakbeat, two of them, some light saturation. This took me like 5 minutes to make at most. I do have the side chain, and then I have the hats side chain to the kick. I would recommend trying this. Let's unmute the hats. No side chain. Back on. When I first heard the idea of side chaining your kick to your hats or a tom or a snare or anything else in the drum kit, I kind of thought it was silly. But if you look at my release, like look how much it is. And then if you look at the side chain on my bass, it's got way more release. So you can mix this in really well and still get a lot of dynamics. Moving on to the hats, this works better in techno, I feel like, but I like this a lot. So I have two layers, a clean layer, then a duplicated layer. Of course, you can randomize the decay, but I like to randomize the pitch speed. I like to modulate down because this is a faster like BPM and genre, but if you were working at 140, you can modulate up as well with this repitch speed and get a brighter sound. And then yeah, I layer it. Some saturation, turn it down. Let's move on to the bass. I got bend. This is, I'm not using everything here. This is how my phase 4 loads up. I have this by default. I have this unipolar LFO by default, and then I like 2 LFOs at least. I'll mute my drums. Forgot to add voice. Voice stacking is the key to thick basses. Just try not to spread it out too much. Like, I don't think voice stacking is the key to good bass modulation and bass movement, but it is the key to a thick bass. Got some distortion. Got some EQ. Got flanger. Just a little bit. Saturator. Let's talk about this envelope follower. You can really play with this fall knob. Let's delete it. Pretty cool, right? It's just called envelope follower. I have a filter. I'm just using this to cut off the highs to probably a little bit of resonance in. If you go to bitwiggers.com, you can download presets. The top preset is called Hyper OTT, and it's by Style Mistake. Round of applause to Style Mistake. So, no OTT. And then I got the side chain. Let's talk about the comp. This is genius. Like what Bitwig has going on here is great. Micro pitch expression editing is pretty much a slide. So I'm just playing one note and then I'm sliding up to a minor third, and then up to a fourth. Then on the second line where it gets interesting, you can see I go up to a third, so the bend, but I come back down real fast, and then I hold for a quarter note, right? This is very important. Hold up. I could do it like this. Or like this. You can just add some musicality to it. If I go like maybe a half note. These are the little decisions you can make that start to juxtapose onto each other. So I have this arp. Straight up, I didn't feel like writing anything, so I just put everything in C minor. Here's without the chords. If you look at this gate, look down here where my mouse is, look at the gate. That's what's being randomized. It's being randomized downwards. It's actually going all the way down to about 30%. So let me just a little less of that. I made sure it's on a 16th note because that's what we're going by. So every 16th note, it's just being randomized. This is a chord generator. I am currently in a sus2 first inversion. It allows you to select multiple progressions. So maybe I should put this bass in there. I don't like it. This is just a preset called Hybrid Clav. Hyper OTT again. Here's a great preset. It's called Stereo Faker. It's a frequency split. This is a very good way to add stereo and then follow it up with stereo definition, because less definition, more stereo, more definition. And then the tone tilt and the nudge can be really fun to modulate with LFOs. Here I have two side channels. One of them's to a hat. Here it is without the hat side channel. Hat side channel. Just consider that. I tend to work pretty dry, but then I do a lot of heavy lifting during my mixing FX bus stage in terms of delays and reverb and stuff like that. Like if I have an ambient pad, maybe I'll throw an echo on there. You know, I will give something some space, but I'll also back off on it, remembering I'm going to send things through 2 to 3 FX buses. The blur device is really nice. I'm going to solo it. It's a delay, but it's really good for adding color, especially on an FX bus. Like if you don't know what you want and you're like, I just need something, just a little bit of something, but there's barely even any room for it, you should try blur. Here it is. Without the side chains again. Reverb's very similar. Solo it out. Here they are together. Okay, one more time without the verb. Okay, I'm going to play it with the reverb and the delay. And I want you to just listen. And then I'm going to play it without, and you're going to feel all this energy just drop out. And that's it. If you're just now starting to finish music and you find that your mixes are a little murky, maybe during the process, plan for a heavier reverb stage at the end and dial back on your delays and your echoes while you're composing and designing your sounds. Because everything is going through the same space, we have created a space, right?